Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name's Alexa, and in today's video I will be talking about the 25 books I want to read in 2025. Now, I've been doing these challenges for a couple of years. I did it in 2023, like I posted a video of it, and I did it last year, although I didn't make a video of it because I was not posting at that time of the year. But I thought I'd bring it back this year because it's a video that I like doing every year, and it gives you an idea of what books are coming out and just what I want to be reading this year. And it also is always fun to see what I'm gonna actually read this year. Last year I think I ended up like reading 15 out of the 24 that I wanted to read, and every year the list keeps getting longer and longer. So in like 2095 I'll be doing the 95 books I want to read in 2095. So anyways, let's get into the books. As always, I'm going to start with a pile of books that I have here with me. I'm on vacation, so even though some of the few of the books on this list I already do own, I don't necessarily have them with me. I brought 2 books with me on vacation, although I'm coming back with 15 so far. 17 if you include the 2 books I brought. But anyways, I'm going to get into those books, and so 3 of these are new purchases for me, and then the 2 are the 2 that I brought. So yeah, let's get into these books. Little disclaimer, these are books that I want to get to in 2025. These are not the only books that I want to read this year, and I most likely will end up not reading 1 or 2 of these. So let's get into it. The first book is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which is the second book in the duology with Divine Rivals. I read Divine Rivals back in May of last year, and I absolutely adored it. It was so good. I loved the magical realism in it, and I loved the romance. I just felt like it really felt like a poetic book and a beautiful love story. So I had to get it at the Barnes & Noble sale, and I'm so excited to read this one. Also, I am obsessed with the under the cover art, and it is just a book that has been on my mind ever since I finished the first one, so I'm definitely going to get to it probably even in the next week. After that, we have Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This one is a part of the Powerless series, which I know I haven't finished the first book yet. I'm currently in the middle of the audiobook. It is a series that I already knew I'd love, and I just really want to get to the second one, and honestly, I'm currently so obsessed with the first one that I'll probably just jump straight into the second one, and then impatiently wait until April for the third one. So this is just one that is high up on my TBR. After that, we have Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. This one is a book that is currently my book club's pick of the month. If you want to join us, go click on the link in the bio with Fable. It's where I have a different book every month, and this month is Romantasy, next month will be Romance. So this one is the book of the month, and it is one that I'm so excited to read. The premise just sounds really good. I love a good mythical, like Greek mythology retelling. As you guys know, I love Percy Jackson and all that. So this one just sounded right up my alley, and I love a good romance, and just, I know I keep saying and adding things, but the cover, like the art inside the cover of our main character is just absolutely gorgeous, so I had to add this to this list. Next up, we have a book that I have been waiting to read for so long, and I finally got not too long ago, and that is Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. This one is about 2 serial killers that kind of fall in love, but 2 serial killers that only kill serial killers. Anyways, it's a book that I'm super excited about. I've heard everyone rave about it online, and I've heard just amazing things about the entire series, so I thought that I just had to know if the hype was worth it, and the third one is coming out in March, so I just thought, why not binge read it this year. After that, we have A Novel Love Story by Ashley Pluston. This one is a book that has been recommended by many booktubers that I follow and many book talk creators, and everyone seems to love this author, so I thought I'd really give her a try. I really do want to get to her other books, but this one was the one that really piqued my interest the most. It is a book about this girl who loves to get lost in like romance books, and then she gets into a car accident, and then suddenly she wakes up and she's in the world of one of her favorite books, and she's slowly falling in love with the male main character of the book that she loved. So this one, it sounded so unique and original that I had to pick this one out of all of her books. I know all of her books really sound original, but this one, I mean, it is definitely every book girlie's dream. Alright, now on to the books that I don't physically have with me right now, but I want to get to in the next year. If some of these aren't out yet, some of these will come out in the later half of the year, but these are just all books that are like really high on my radar. First we have Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. You guys know I love a good cowboy romance, and I just, especially in the summer, but also kind of in the winter. And I mean, I'm in Arizona right now. I feel like that's kind of cowboy land, but you know, on the drive here we passed through Texas. I just felt like this one would fit right in with the theme of this year. And it is about this girl who moves back to her family's ranch after her broken engagement and starts to slowly fall in love with her brother's best friend. And you guys know I love a good brother's best friend trope. And the cover of this one is just simply adorable. I love the pink cowgirl boot. It's just absolutely perfect, and it caught my eye the first time I saw it. I know I haven't read it yet, and I'm saying caught my eye, but I need to read it as soon as I can. And if I'm adding it to this list, then I can definitely add it, make it higher priority on my TBR and put it in a reading vlog or something. Up next, we have Watch Me by Tahara Mafi. This one is the first book in her new series, which is a spin-off series of The Shatter Me, and it is Shatter Me, The New Republic. And this one I'm super excited because I get the first 3 chapters of it in my new special edition that I have of Shatter Me. And this one, this series takes place 10 years after the end of, I think it's Believe Me, the little novella. And it is about James, who is trying to, and it's about James, who is a character in the Shatter Me series. I will not disclose like what his role is in that series, just in case someone here wants to go read it, which absolutely, if it's on your TBR, you should go read that series right away. This series is set 10 years after the fall of the Reestablishment, and it's set on this one island that is still a part of the Reestablishment because it is so off the grid that they can't like take control of it. And it is James, who is the brother of someone in the first series, who goes to the island because he kind of feels like he's like not up to his family standards, and you know, not doing as many like amazing things that everyone in his family are doing, and he wants to go take it over himself alone. And then he meets this one girl who lives in that island. So it's just this whole story, and it's kind of like the first series, a dystopian with a romance undertone. Okay, hello guys, I am back after almost a week and a half of not filming this video. Basically what happened is all of my camera batteries died halfway through filming this. Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. This one I'm so excited to read because it's kind of it's not really an interconnected standalone series, but it's characters that we saw in Forget Me Not by Julie Soto, which I absolutely loved. It brought me out a bit of a reading slump back in, I think, August? I think it's August or July, I don't know. I just remember really, really enjoying this book. It was such a cute book, and I really love Julie Soto's writing, so it's an author that I'm just so excited to get back into her writing, and I'm really excited for this character's romance. After that, we have Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the sequel to Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, which I read in 2024 and absolutely loved. It was one of my top books of the year. I'm so excited for Genevieve's story. I really liked her in this book, and I love the character development that both sisters have, so I'm excited to see her story on her own and just the continuation of the world and what challenges that the next games will bring us. By the way, sorry if I'm speaking a lot less than I did in the last video the last segment of this video. I basically just have had more time to think about every single one of these books, so now I'm able more to speak without like yapping for too much and actually making this video not too boring for you guys. Then we have The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. This is the sequel to When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, a fantasy dragon book that I read back in October, and I absolutely loved. I think I read it within like 3-4 days. It's a 700-page book. Like, it was a really heavy, like really world building heavy book, and I felt like it kind of gave me Fourth Wing vibes, but was so completely different enough from Fourth Wing that I love it as its own thing, and I kind of ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm super, super excited to continue on to the sequel, which is coming out in October. So I hope it comes out as a paperback because I have the first one in paperback and I really want to be able to hold it, but at least it's on Kindle Unlimited. So worst case, I just read it on Kindle Unlimited first and then wait for the paperback. So next we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is her first book that she's written since Carrie Soto's back, and it is releasing, I'm pretty sure, in April. I'm super excited for it. Wait, where did I put my phone? Did I leave it? No, I have it here. I'm super excited for it. You guys know Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors. Malibu Rising and Daisy Jones and the Six are two of my favorite books of all time. Like, I want to reread them over and over again. I read Malibu Rising twice in the span of 3 months, and I'm so excited for Atmosphere. It's a book that's set in the 1990s and the space shuttle program, and a girl just going through working in the 80s as a girl working for NASA. Okay, next we have Spiral by Bal Cabra. I think that's how you pronounce her name. It is the sequel to Collide, and if I can remember right, I think Collide was it the one about the bookworm? Or yeah, Collide was like a jock and like a hockey player and like nerd romance, and this one is a ballet and hockey player romance. And one of the only other ballet and hockey player romance I read was Canadian Boyfriend by Jenny Holiday, and I absolutely loved that one. So I feel like this is gonna be super fun, and I love Collide. This one I think is releasing in February, so I'll be reading it as soon as it releases, like probably on release I'll be reading it. Next we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I fell in love with Abby Jimenez writing in 2024. In 2023 at the end, I had read one of her books and really enjoyed it. And then last year I read Yours Truly in March or February. And then in May or June I read Just for the Summer, and I just loved it. And then back in December, like one of my last reads of the year was the Happy Ever playlist. So I'm just so incredibly excited to read some more of Abby Jimenez books. And the title is kind of a Taylor Swift reference. If you guys are Swifties, you'll know from The Wildest Dream. And she said that it was a Swiftie reference for her, so I feel like as a Swiftie, I'm obligated to read this book and be excited for it. Next, we have another anticipated release by one of my favorite authors of all time, the author that got me into romance, the queen of the STEM romance, Ali Hazelwood herself. Ali Hazelwood. The book is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, which is releasing February 4th, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, February 4th, and I'm so excited for it. It is a romance between an NCAA American college swimmer and a Swedish Olympic swimmer, and I think it's her first sports romance, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if, yeah, it's a college romance, and I don't know, it's a competitive diver and a swimmer. But I'm pretty really excited. Really, like, some of the ARC reviews have been coming out already, and people have been saying that it's one of her best books, and as an Ali girl, I must read it. Like, I'm gonna put a hold on it on release day. I'll be like loading Libby on and on, like, just to try and get it first try, because I love her writing, and I don't think I've only rated one of her novellas 4 stars. The rest have been 5 stars. After that, we have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in the Gold Rush Ranch series by her, which I think the only Elsie Silver series that I haven't read. I've read all the books that are out in the Rose Hill series, and I've read all the books in the Chestnut Spring series. So this is a series that I need to read now. It is the series that it is like the series that comes right before the Chestnut Spring series, because you see the Eaton brothers like sisters romance in this. I think it's the last book in the series, so I should have read it before, but I started with everything with Fearless or Flawless. I can't remember the name of the first book in that series, but anyways, I felt like I just needed to read it, and I can read it now because it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm probably gonna read it like earlier this year and just binge read this entire series. Then we have a book by that same author, and it is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. It is the 3rd book in the Rose Hill series, and if you have read the Rose Hill series, you will know that there is a bowling league in the series, and it's all single dads in that bowling, at least all dads. They might not all be single, but it's like mostly all dads in that bowling league, and there's a romance that we've been seeing on and off in that bowling league, or like not romance, but like two characters bickering. And in the end of Wild Eyes, you see something like something is revealed, and you're like, wait a minute, what in the world just happened? So it's kind of like setting up this book, and it's just one of the books in the series that I'm most excited about. I feel like as it has been going on, the Rose Hill series has been getting better and better with every book, so I'm really hoping this one will be even better than Wild Eyes, which would be almost impossible because it was one of my god tier books last year. But hey, everything is possible if you want it to be. I've completely forgotten how to speak, but I'm just really, really excited for this one, and it is definitely one of the most anticipated releases, like top 5 releases of next year. Next we have Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. This one is releasing, I'm pretty sure, in May. I think it's May 13th, the release date of this one. And it is the last book in the Lakefront Billionaires series. And I really like her series. It's not my favorite of hers, but I really, really, really am loving all the books in this series. This one I think is about, what is the characters' names again? I'm pretty sure this is Lorenzo and Lily's series, book, because I feel like they set it up perfectly for their book to be next in the last series. So this one would really make sense. And if it is, I think, a fake engagement book, I'm pretty sure. Can't really remember what happens towards the end of Love, not Redesigned. It's Love Redesigned. Anyways, I think it's like they set it up perfectly for it to be Lorenzo and Lily. So if it is their book, it is one of also my most anticipated. Well, I mean, it's gonna be one of my most anticipated reads of the year. All right, next is a book that I've been begging myself to read for 2 years, and I know I just said begging myself, and it's because I have too many books on my TBR, and then I end up reading a random book that I saw one quote of on TikTok or Instagram Reels. So I'm a mood reader. I have a problem, and I need to stick to my TBR this year. And that book is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I saw probably literally like 3 people talk about it on TikTok and YouTube back in early 2023, and I was hooked. And I bought this book in I think I bought it, when did I buy it? Oh, I bought it during the buy 2 get the 3rd free sale in October at Target last year. So I bought it then, and now I need to read it now because I just need to. I own it, so I have it. But hopefully I'm going to read it this month. I think I'm planning on reading it this week, actually. Alright, next is a book by an author that is probably one of my favorite authors of all time, and probably your favorite author of all time as well, because she's so popular and so amazing, and that is Emily Henry, and the book is Great Big Beautiful Life. Now, I don't know what this book is about, actually. Okay, so let me just read you the little quick one sentence blurb, and it's: 2 writers compete for the chance to tell the larger-than-life story of a woman with more than a couple plot twists up her sleeve in this dazzling and sweeping new novel by Emily Henry. So that sounds just amazing. The other book that was 2 Writers by Emily Henry ended up being one of my favorite Emily Henry books of all time, and that was Beach Read. So I feel like if she's going to write another book about 2 writers, it's going to be even better or just as good as Beach Read. So, I mean, what else is there to say? It's just Emily Henry, the queen of writing, the queen of making me cry when reading books. The next book on this list is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. So this book is the last book that is currently out in the Magnolia Park series. It is BJ and Magnolia's last book, and there's 2 books left, I think, for Daisy. But I think that Jessa Hastings said that she hasn't even started writing Daisy's next book, and I've heard that this one's gonna make me sob. And I'm scared because of what happened at the end of the last Daisy Hates book. And what happens, I know what's gonna happen next. And I've started this book, I've read 100 pages, and I'm cried 4 times. I don't cry much at books, but I've almost cried 4 times, guys. And I cry every single time that I read one of those books. And I have a lot of sad books on my list this year, including Ruthless Vows, which I need to read this week for video that I'm filming. So I'm scared. Because last time I read a really sad book was Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy. And if you guys don't know, I sobbed like a goddamn baby. I sobbed for 30 minutes when I read that one. So let's just say I have a fear of reading sad books because I don't want to cry. I'm a happy person. I like being happy. But at the same time, I like when a book wrecks me. But I'm not ready for a book to wreck me. But anyways, all that to say that I'm terrified of reading this book. Next, we have a book that is equal to one of the books that I really loved last year. And that is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. Now, I adored Belladonna. It was one of my best books of 2024. I felt like the writing was beautiful, and I feel like sometimes there are certain YA books that the yearning isn't quite there, but the yearning in that book, I was yearning for them as well. Like I was reading on public transport, I was reading the paperback, and I felt myself yearning for the characters. I was like, damn, that doesn't happen very often. Like, it happens maybe in like 5-6 books a year maybe, and I read like over 150 books per year. So I say that as if I've read that often. No, I've read that over 150 books per year once, but I know I will this year. Anyways, yeah, this book is, I think there's 3 books out currently in the series, but I only have the first 2 because I bought the first one in paperback last year in January, and then I bought the second one in paperback at the same time that I bought Serpent Wings of Night. So I'm waiting for Wisteria to come out as a paperback and for me to have read this one to buy it, but this one is just one that I absolutely need to read because I want to continue the series and I want to continue the masterpiece I want to keep reading the masterpiece that is Adeline Grace's writing. All right, next is a book that I haven't even read the second one in the series, and this was the third one, but I'm planning on finishing the second one very soon because I need to, because or else, like, girl, what are you doing? What's happening? And that book is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. It is the 3rd book in the Crescent City series, and I think it might be the final book. I'm not sure. I've heard some people say that it kind of feels like it's wrapping up, but do I know? No, I don't. But I'm just really excited for the series to continue the series because I really like the first one, but it's just, they're 800-page books, every single one of them, and I think this one is actually longer. The first 2 are 800. Whoa, what just happened? Okay. Sorry, I need to go back to the page. I lost my Goodreads page. So yeah, the first 2 are 700 to 800, and this one is 835 pages. So it's very intimidating, and and it's very like intense fantasy book, so like it takes longer to read than like a fun little romance book. So it's just very difficult to read for me. And it's also very intimidating because I love to binge read books, and if I read a 800-page book, chances are I'll spend the entire day reading it. I'll spend like 6 hours, I'll sit down on the couch and I'll be like, okay, Alexa, this is when you're reading it. And I need to do that more, actually. I could do this during a 24-hour reading vlog. Readathon. I don't know. But yeah. Then we have, I think this actually might be the release that I'm the most excited for. Like, this is a book that I've been waiting for since summer of 2023 when I read the first book in the series, and it is Rewinded Back by Liz Tomford. This is Rio and Hallie's book. I don't think Hallie or Haley, I don't know. I think it's Hallie. I don't think we've met Hallie. For all I can tell, I don't think we've met her, but we've met Rio. And if you guys didn't know, Rio is my favorite character in the Windy City series. I was pretty in my mind, his book was the 3rd one. And it's just, in every single book, you see him being destroyed because everyone is finding their true love, like the person that they're meant to be. And he's still single and not finding anyone. And I relate to him because my friends are in relationships sometimes, and I'm like, what about me? I want a boyfriend. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, I completely get him, and I want him to find true love, and I want him. Yeah. Like, I'll be honest, guys. This will be my favorite book in the Windy City series. Like, I can promise you that. And it's coming out in May, and it was originally was supposed to be earlier than that, and then she had put the release date, I think it was like 13th, and then she put the release date on the 27th of May, but now it's back to the 20th, so at least there's that. Next we have Play With Me by Becca Mack. This is the second book in the Playing for Keeps series. This is a series that I read the first book. I was supposed to read the first book in January of last year. Didn't read it until December. But I really liked it. I know people don't like it that much. It's not their favorite book. But I personally really liked it. I am a big fan of the reformed playboy. And like as soon as he meets the girl, he's like completely obsessed with her, and like he's like, I want to marry her. That's the girl I want to marry. Like, I'm gonna stop sleeping around. I know I've never been in a relationship before, but like that is the girl I want to marry. And that was kind of the first one, and I am so excited for this one. Play With Me, the second one. I don't have it, and I think I'm gonna go right now, put a hold on it on Libby. Sorry. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to read this book. I don't even know which characters it is about. It's 544 pages. Okay, so it's, oh, Garrett's book. I love Garrett's book. So it's Garrett, with Jenny. Oh. Sorry, I love both characters in the series, and I could feel like there was something going on between the two. And I'm just so excited. I thought it was going to be like a whole Rio situation where like you want that character to be the next book, but you actually have to wait like 4 books for it. But no, you can read it now. So yeah, I will definitely go read it as soon as I can. And by that I will probably mean November, because I can't stick to a TBR. And now, last but not least, I think I lied when I said that was my most anticipated book, because I forgot that this book is releasing in a bit more than a week from now, and it is a book that you guys know I absolutely love. I loved the first one, I love the second one, and it is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. And I'm gonna get a first edition copy of this book because I'm going, maybe. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna tell you guys. I think I'm gonna keep that as a surprise. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that as a surprise from you guys. But you guys will know in about a week from now. I'll post it on TikTok most likely the next day, and on Instagram the same thing. But yeah, I'm doing something fun on the release date. But this is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the 3rd book in the 4th Wing series, which has slowly become my favorite fantasy series to ever exist. I love Rebecca Yarros' writing. I haven't read any of her other books, but yeah. So I'm just, after the events that happened in Iron Flame, which I know a lot of people said were disappointing, for me it wasn't. For me it was one of the best books ever written. But yeah, after the events of Iron Flame, I'm like, I needed that book immediately, and now I had to wait for a whole year, which I know is standard in the book world. You have to wait a year for an author to write the book because you want it to be good. But I needed that book now, and I'm gonna get it. But yeah, I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna get it the day of, and I'm gonna spend the entire day reading it because I need it. I need to know everything that happens, and I will read it in an entire day, and most likely it'll end on a cliffhanger, and then I'll be sitting there like, when's the next book gonna be out? Because I need it now. I need it this second. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed filming it. It was fun. It was chaotic, and I kind of let myself yap away in this one because I felt like it, and I haven't yapped to my camera in a while. But I really liked filming this video. I love you guys. I love talking to you. If you want more of my content, please go watch my content over on Instagram, please, TikTok. If you're not American, I am not American, so I will be on TikTok. If you are American, I'm on Instagram, besties. You can follow me there. All of my socials are always in the LinkedIn description. So my Instagram, my TikTok, soon there's a book app that's coming out, book social media. I'll have that linked in below like as soon as I can. I have my book club, which is currently reading Blood of Hercules, which I think I talked about earlier. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I talked about it in this video. And it's currently my book club pick. I just started it. So please go join my book club, please. I love you guys. But yeah, I also have my Spotify and all of that. I have my Goodreads if you want to be friends on Goodreads. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I already said, if you guys have a nice rest of your day. If you're watching this during the middle of the day, if you're watching this in the evening, have a good night, guys. If you're watching this in the morning, I hope you have an amazing day. But yeah, I will see you guys next videos. So yeah, that was this video. I love you guys, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Mwah!